Hello there, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are building a Greek mythology themed area in this custom theme park that I'm been building for the past few days. If you didn't watch the first video, which you should watch, because why would you watch episode 2 before episode 1? But anyway, if you didn't watch the first video, then you should watch it, because we build the entrance area and a street with a bunch of shops and gift shops and stuff, and a restaurant. This episode I've just said we're building a Greek mythology themed area, and it's going to be based around Greek mythology, like I just said. I'm adding rocks here to make it look more mountainous and rocky. Yes. Okay, well, they're gone now. Turns out the rocks don't stay. Well, some of them do. I've already built the entrance, gateway, but that I forgot to record for that bit, so it's not been recorded. Although I think it looks quite cool. There's also a statue of Poseidon there. It was one of its, I thought it looked cool, so I added it there, and really shows that it's Greek mythology themed. Alright, so now I'm adding some foliage around, because it looks a bit bare just having rocks. So, yeah. And this video is going to be slower. The time-lapse is going to be slower than the ones in the other videos I've done, because then you get to take it more in and see what's happening more. At the end of this video, there's a tour of everything I've done so far in this park, and I'll be doing that at the end of most videos in this park, and also in the water park that I'm building, which you should also watch, because that's a good video too. Yes. Alright, so this scenery brush that I'm using here, for some reason the rocks kept floating. I don't know why, but I managed to, they stopped floating in this bit, and I realise it kind of looks like, I'm looking at it now, and I see that it kind of looks like a broken, ruined building, even though it's just a bunch of rocks. And it was meant to look like a cliff face, but that clearly didn't go too well. I'm adding some Mediterranean style trees around, even though this is in a temperate biome, but I'm adding them because then it just makes it feel more immersive, you know? We have to keep the immersion going throughout the park. At the moment, right now, in the time-lapse, I'm making a sign for the entrance of this area. And it took a while to, decide on how I was going to do the sign, but we got there eventually, except not here. I put this one down for a bit, but then remove it afterwards, because I found a better sign background. We also managed to finally get a ride built in this episode. The first roller coaster in this park of many. And I should probably talk about what I'm calling this area. It's going to be called Mount Olympus, obviously based on the mountain in Greece of the same name. And yes, in Greek mythology, that's where the gods live. So that's why I've gone with that name. And the theming of this area, well, you can see I built up the mountain behind it to kind of show that it's a mountain, because it would be a bit odd if I did it on flat ground and called it Mount Olympus when it wasn't a mountain. I've also, for this video, I've added some music into the background from the This is from Planet Coaster 2, this music. It's very good. It's got a very good soundtrack. You can see me adding the sign here. It's floating at the moment, but don't worry. We put something behind it to stop it from looking like it's floating. Yes, not that sign though, because that one didn't go big enough, nor did that one. But then we finally decide on adding this sign, which I think looks really good. The whole finished product of this entrance sign I like a lot, because it just looks really like majestic, and I don't know the word, but like, you know, fancy, stuff like that. So yeah, as you can see, I go into first person perspective and you can just see how like cool the sign looks. And then I also decide to add some fog in front of the entrance to make it seem even more majestic, which is very cool. And I even add some like yellower mist at the top for some reason. I think it looks cool though, so that's probably the reason. And now we get onto the coaster building, the first coaster being built in this park, the first of many. I don't remember how tall I made this, but yes, this is a Vekoma tilt coaster. It says tipper coaster there, but just ignore that. That's Planet Coaster calls it a tipper coaster, but it's not. It's a tilt coaster because the track tilts. And now the coaster's finished. I cut to the coaster being finished because I go back and change the design later, and if I kept the original design in, this video would be like 72 minutes long, so I didn't want to do that. But you can see me here now just adding rocks around. Oh, I also have the queue finished there as well. So yes, I've done quite a lot since we cut the video there. Maybe I should have kept that in. I mean, it's just a queue, it's not very interesting. But yes, I add some more Mediterranean trees and rocks around, and even some there. And yes, I get rid of the trees over there though. But I think, yeah, I do get rid of most of this stuff, as you can see right about now. They're all going. But yes, this ride, I think, since it goes into a very deep hole underground, I'm planning on theming it around like something to do with Hades and the underworld, because that's a cool theme. So if anyone has any name suggestions for this ride, please leave them in the comment section. And also, if any of you can think of a better storyline for it, please also leave that in the comment section. Or if you yourself can't leave it in the comment section, get one of your friends to do it, because then this video will get shown to more people if more people comment, and then I'll become famous. So you should all do that. Alright, I'm adding more bushes and stuff around here because the top of this area looks a bit bare. We don't finish this section in this video, but we do start it. And you can see here I'm removing the trees here on this side. I don't remember why I removed them. I think it's because most of them were just in the path. Oh, and now we're cut again to adding rocks around this pathway, like ramp up to the entrance. Yes. Except most of them go on the path for some reason. I don't know why I didn't just move them. I decided that deleting them all would be easier. So that's what happens. Oh, this one I move. I don't know why I moved that one and not any of the others. I should also probably talk about the rest of my plans for this park and this area. So once I've completed this area, I'm going to add in another... Well, for this area, I'm going to add in like a couple more rides, maybe one more roller coaster to this area. And then the next area, I'm going to branch the path off into another way. And I'm going to do a Western theme for that area. Because I didn't really use... I know there's not a Western theme in Planet Coaster 2, but I didn't really use it in Planet Coaster 1. So I think it would be a nice challenge as well. Although I may not do that next, but I do want to include a Western theme in this park. But it may not be the next area I do. Just because I want to have, like, I want to become used to the pieces that there are in Planet Coaster 2 first. Here you can see me adding a bunch of bushes and stuff around the brake run on the roller coaster because I wanted it to feel nice and like peaceful and calming. So I added a bunch of nature there. I also wanted it to feel hidden in that section. I don't know why, but yes. And you can see me here recoloring the ride. I went for a white and gold theme, and it's definitely not in any way inspired by Hyperia at Thorpe Park. I mean, it's not, I just stole the colour scheme. But it's a good colour scheme, so you can't blame me. Alright, I also added a bit of blue. Well, I was going to add a bit of blue, but then removed that because... I don't know why. But the entrance sign has blue in it, so I might keep that. I also need to add an entrance and properly theme the queue of that ride, but I haven't fully decided on what theme I'm going to do. You can see me here adding more trees just to sort of obscure the Greek area from when you're down and not into that little section. And you can see me here again rebuilding the coaster this time this whole layout is kept. So yes. So it goes out of the tunnel into an overbanked turn, but for some reason it also goes to the left. I don't know why. Oh wait, not the left, the right. I don't know why I made it go off to the right before. I thought that smoothing it out would like bring it closer, but it didn't. So yeah. Also, I would like to talk about the coaster buildings the coaster building system in this game, because when I first tried to make this coaster, so for context, in Planet Coaster 1, right, you'd have to hold down, on PlayStation, you'd have to hold down the square button for you to switch between the banking and length and the height and turn, the like height incline and turn angle. But for Planet Coaster 2, you just have to tap it and it toggles between it. And when I first started building this roller coaster, I was very confused by that. But I've gotten used to it now, so that's fine. You can also see that I added rocks there with flames that come out of the rocks, that come out as the coaster goes down the first drop. I end up removing that because the rocks seemed a bit too bright for the theme that I was planning on going for this ride. You can see me here failing at building a heartline roll. I'm not sure what... I added a different type of roll though. A JoJo roll. Because it was just too hard and I thought this roll looked cool. So that's why I added it there. However, it is a bit janky when it goes into that roll, and for some reason the smoothing tool just didn't smooth it out. I don't know why, but yes. And then we have that turn there, which sort of goes out of the whole area. And in a minute, we actually go into the real-time section, where I can show you around what I've done in this park so far. Yes, I think it's happening right about now. Alright, here we are in this park. You can see the entrance here. I didn't want to go with anything too grand. Why is there a plant there? Yeah, I didn't want to go with anything too grand for the moment. I may come back and change it at a later date. So, and then when you go, so let's go through the entrance. When you go through it, you can see the nice view down the path. There's the statue of King Coaster there, and the water effects that go up. To the right, you can also see the restaurant that I built last episode, which is still yet to be named. So please leave name suggestions in the comments for that, as well as the ride, and also the park name as well. Alright, so let's go inside the restaurant. And you can see the sort of homely vibe that I was saying about last episode. And there's the staff building over there. This is a nice little seating area. You can see a bunch of stuff on this street. This path up here, though, is very bare, and I feel like I should add some stuff onto here, but I don't know how I'm going to get the buildings to be on a slant upwards. Alright, we're approaching the Greek area. You can see there's loads of room for expansion over there. And yes, as we come up here, you can see the entrance sign, which is really nice. And you can see it transition into the Mediterranean style theme. I really like this angle here of the entrance sign. I think it looks really majestic, especially with the fog that's there. Yes, I wonder if it would look better at different times. Let's see that. I feel like 4, maybe 3 o'clock. Yeah, this looks quite cool with the light shining on it. I think that's cool. Alright, well, let's go in to... Oh yes, there's also the Poseidon statue. But let's go inside, and you can see the roller coaster off to the distance there, and in front. So yes, I really like this roller coaster. It's very cool. Alright, let's go through the entrance. And oh yes, there's the drop. It's very cool with all the smoke, which I added. I think I added it at the end of the time lapse. Alright, let's continue down this pathway. And here, I think, further along here, yes, is a perfect angle for seeing the ride go overhead. So let's see. Perfect timing. There we go. It goes really fast over that corner, though. Well, not corner, that turn. So I may change that in the future, just to make it less harsh on that turn there. So, yes, let's ride the roller coaster, shall we?